Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I've not been on doing much streaming for a while because I've been doing internal streaming. Well, first thing you'll notice is how smooth my graphics are. Okay, that is because I'm using Tobii eye tracking. Now with the Tobii eye tracking, as you can see, there's no snappiness and everything's smooth as if it's real. This stops headaches, eye strain, everything else. I've also noticed I usually run on 23 Hz to cut down the latency on my PC and overheating. But the Tobii eye tracking at the end of the day needs a high refresh rate. I don't know if this is true, I'm still actually doing tests. But I thought today, what I'll do, I'll go live with this and give you an idea why eye tracking is beneficial to Star citizens. This program has actually got me into a lot of trouble because of the way things are, not intentionally but misunderstanding, because as you know, when it comes to things like this, everybody wants power and glory and not understanding the benefits behind it. Tobii eye tracking uses Vjoy. Vjoy uses very low resources. Star Citizens is very high resource intensive, so as you know, the higher the things are, the more difficult things are to use. A lot of people will disagree with this, which I understand. At the end of the day, I don't know everything. I just noticed at the end of the day when I'm playing this game, I just want my PC to work. And what I do learn, I try to share. Since this, I've not really been in Spectrum for a long time. It might be about 2 months until I get a certain matter cleared up because of misunderstanding. But I'm going to share this with you today. Now I've got people in the background. They won't come on the streaming and things like that because obviously CIG is actually deleting people's accounts for misunderstanding. They won't let people explain what complications are, which I do understand. And it's a little bit difficult for me at the day, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to do the best I can. I don't even know if my stream is even active. So just enjoy the video as much as you can. I am doing things a little bit different today. Wait, what's happened to my credits? Right, I've not really been playing for quite some time because I've been doing some theory crafting and testing, especially where the Javelin is concerned and all the new ships that could be coming out. Now I do believe there's a few new ships coming out, like the mining ships, etc., and the Carrack in game. I don't know yet because obviously denied certain access, and what access I've got to I can't share.
Stream is live.
Now I only started playing the game properly yesterday, but I'm going to take it very cautiously and I'll try and explain what I'm doing when I'm doing. I'm now going to put the eye tracking on, okay?
Focus free look.
Now if you notice, when people are using that, no, take the eye tracking off. This is using the mouse, as you know, okay? But mine's have got a bit more sensitive. As you can see, the graphics are very smooth, okay? But most people use this very sensitive, okay? Now that's because I've done certain things in my programming and also in Windows to get this. Now with the eye tracking, this is eye tracking on.
Focus free look.
Now anywhere I look, the eye tracking follows. So if I'm looking at a moving target, okay, as long as that target's moving, I will stay focused on it. But if I want to look at a target, I've got to move my eyes. Now, eye tracking is a bit different from head tracking, okay? They both do the same things, but I'm still working on that project. Now, as you can see, just look how smooth it is when it comes to eye tracking. Wherever I look, it moves, as you can see, giving a more realistic feel to the game. As you can see, total eye coordination, and it gives more of a, like it says, you can see where you're going. As you can see, it's hard to explain, but I think you know where I'm coming from. I do usually have a commentator to do all these things, so I can just concentrate on playing the game, but to do commentating and all these things at the same time is difficult. But I'm going to look for a moving object. Now look at that person there moving. As long as I am looking at him, okay, the graphics stay smooth. Just keep focused on him. If I want to move away from him, I look at the other man, and you can see there's a little bit of jumpiness. Okay. With the eye tracking, you've also got lean. Now what that is this. I will move to one side and you'll see the focus go to another side. That's me doing lean. Now that's like looking around objects. CIG hasn't got this properly in the game, but I've actually altered some of my characteristics to do these kind of things, especially in third person, because I do streaming with formation with other players, and this is actually important. But if you notice, because I'm looking at the still object, there's a little bit of jumpiness. This needs programming at the end of it. Yes, I can do all this programming, but CIG is working on this. There's no point in me spending hours and hours and hours doing all of this at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, when they're going to come up, but giving the ideas and talking things and whatnot. Yes, this does give a little bit of brain stimulation at the end of it, because your brain is constantly trying to focus on what it's doing. Now, there's also something else in the game which you might not be aware of. What's that? Photogenic rendering. Now, as you know, the Vive Pro has something like that in at the moment you're working on. Now, I don't think that is a very good thing, okay? Because it can cause brain damage. Now, what I mean by that is, as me looking at the program, as you know, the outside goes blurred. That is okay for me looking at the object. But for somebody else looking on YouTube, and you've got the 4-bit rendering, they want to look on the outside. When they're looking at the outside, it is actually blurred, forcing them to look back at the center of the screen. But because of this, it causes stress to the brain, etc. Now, when it's 4-bit rendering, that's okay for the person doing it, but the person looking back at it, it is not actually a good idea. The Vive Pro and them kind of things have those things built in. But like I said, head tracking, eye tracking, all those things will be in the game. Not now, because to put eye tracking in the game is £300 extra on top of your, what they call it. Now as you can see, I'm about to turn off the eye tracking, because if I kept it on, it does cause a bit of eye strain to the person using it, etc. Okay, but as long as the person's moving, there is no judder. And as you can see, as long as looking at him, because I am actually focused on a moving target. So you've got no judder in theory. Now if I look at a target like that, as you can see, there's total movement. And that causes strain. A lot of people disagree, but these are my assumptions at the end of the day. But as you can see, at the end of the day, as the games are going to be, as it gets progressed, it will be like, it'll get better. For movement, I'm actually using foot pedals. I'm actually using Virpil at the moment, one of the best on the market. I used to use Logitech, but since I've been using this, I'm just totally amazed. Now, as you can see, I will be looking down, and just you can see total movements at the same time. And because you want to focus on a specific object, it's difficult because my eyes is moving. So if you want to focus on something, it's a little bit difficult. There are ways to do that, but like I said, I'm not going to sit down there spending hours worth of programming at the end of the day, and then when CIG comes and does it, which is it's their program at the end of the day, they'll make it better. You know what I mean? I used to be Ibakati tester, but like I said, things went wrong, which was not in my control. So all these things, I wasn't going to Spectrum and post these things. You know what I mean? Now as you can see, a moving target, there is no judder. I could follow them all day. Eye tracking is the next thing to come into game. So I got distracted there, something in the background. As long as I keep moving, it's not too bad. But it's being a still object, as you can see, there's movement. Okay, there's our ways around this. It could be my setup, I'm not too sure. Now, in Star Citizens, you've got 3 types of animation in the game. You've got walking, like what you've got here. You've got flying, you've got driving, you've got spacewalk. Now, if you are trying to set this up, because Star Citizen hasn't done not much on spacewalk, it's best to calibrate your joysticks or your setup on spacewalk, then start working on the rest individually. As you can see, there's a bit of stuff to there at the moment. But because I'm looking when I'm walking, it's easy for me to do these kind of things. I am still learning about the Virpil. It's got buttons and buttons and buttons. One thing you'll notice, I'm not bumping into anything. I can run, walk, whichever. That stuff you got there is because at the moment CIG server is a little bit slow. But as you can see, it isn't snappy. And yes, most games when they come will be like this. People prefer to use things like index. I don't see nothing wrong with that, but I'm also into robotics or whatever. So I'm going to be using things that are tetherless, like Cosmos something. I won't be using Cosmos because I think it's crap. You know what I mean? But like I said, they are more expensive stuff. But these eye sets are very overpriced to be out of the market within about 2 years. I.e., you got the Vario, £10,000 for about 2 years use. It to me isn't worth it. Now, as you can see, I'm not thinking. I'm just running, but I'm talking to you. But because I'm looking where I'm going, automatically it makes it easy. But if I was to be using joystick and talking to you at the same time, I couldn't do it, as you can see. Now Star Citizens is starting to use Vjoy as one of their platforms, okay, which is good. Okay, now because of that, tobii eye tracking now can actually start doing calculations to do this, because obviously you might think, well, it's Star Citizen's program, they have to do these calculations. No, not really. Tobii Eye can actually do this now because they've got the platforms they're putting in, which doesn't come under copyright. You know what I mean? Protections. Like there's another program that does come under copyright, and because I mentioned it, I got kicked out of CIG. But I won't say where, I won't say how. But somebody got a little bit offended because he was trying to make money out of it. But as you already well know, people that come into Star Citizens want to spend as little as possible. You know what I mean? And if it means getting something for free, then yes, you will. If you like it, then you'll pay for it. But the other program that they will be using isn't free. Yes, it's only a couple of pence at the end of the day, but you won't. This is not me saying I'm skinny, I can afford to buy anything. That's not the point. I'd like to look at the majority of people out there. But this is, I don't know what it's like, if it's any good at the moment, because I've got to actually look back under what they call it. But as you can see, it is total smooth, and I've actually had to turn down the frames from 4K to 1080p just to get this clarity. Yes, I've got heating problems at the end of the day, but yeah, I mean, my PC is a very powerful rig. Yeah, I've got two 1080 Ti's that can do SLI. I've got a i9 processor, 20 core, 132k of RAM, and yes, I do run the whole of Star Citizens in RAM from the beginning end of all 60k plus, and paging files according. You know what I mean? So I am actually using the whole of my RAM to do this. Now, CIG at the end of the day is upgrading their memories obviously, so soon I won't be able to do this unless I go to 256k RAM, etc. But I don't want to go that because this PC is built to last me 10 years, and if I do want to upgrade, I don't need to spend, I just need to alter my PC hardware spec. This PC is actually 3 years old now, okay? I've not actually spent anything on it, but the only thing I will be spending is headset VR, but that's not yet because the type of headset I want is not out on the market yet. I want something with versatility, etc. And the Index doesn't have that. Basically, as you know, when running comes in, you know what I mean, I won't be sitting down at my PC doing this. I'll be in my back garden. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's give you an idea. As you can see, all this is actually done with eye tracking and foot pedals for running. But I'm going to be going flying in a minute to give you another example. I might crash because I've not actually checked the settings. So I'll keep up with this guy here. And as you can see, I'm actually going a bit too fast. I'm keeping up with him. And that was with eye tracking. Now I'm going to take the eye tracking off and just use joystick, which everybody's used to. You remember I've got my settings are slightly different, okay, because I've done it for smooth play. Now I'm using mouse. As you can see, there's a bit of snappiness and it's not accurate. This is not head tracking, this is eye tracking, and head tracking does work with eye tracking if you know how to use it, but as you can see, the accuracy isn't there, although it can be done. Okay, and you can see a little bit of frame loss, a little bit of judder, etc., which is not good. Okay, as you can see, that is me using the mouse. Now I'm going to put eye tracking on.
Focus free look.
Now this is totally eyes and foot pedals, giving me the freedom of my hands to do other things. I do use voice recognition program. That's something that CID doesn't use, which I think is important for this type of game, because people like to speak and do their things at the same time, which it is a world national thing, and it does work at the end of the day, because I've been using voice recognition for over 30-40 odd years because of certain disabilities that I've got, you see. Anyway, as you can see, I'm going to go fly a ship now, but in here it's a bit roasting hot. I need to go turn down the central heating. Just give me 2 minutes.
Because you've been running around.
It's not that, little miss. I've just noticed I need food.
You're always hungry.
And Star Citizens with all this energy, yeah. I do have food in my backpack, but I've not worked out these key bindings, etc. yet, so it's going to take me a little bit longer because it's not fluent. But let's see what I can sort out. Such a delay. What I'm going to have to do is take off my backpack and do it manually. If there's any food in there, that is. I'm loaded with wires all over here. Right now, get my sack on. I don't usually keep my rucksack on for reasons because every time I log out and log back in, there's nothing left. And I've got to go back looking for food. Ah, here we go. Let's see what we have here. Now, I've not really done much in calibration with eye tracking on this, so I'll be using mouse, but I have to eat. As you can see, I need food and I need drink. Right. Carrot. I've got to wait till it's a delay, you see. Right. I'm trying to actually create my own roleplay at the moment when it comes to garbage. Now, CIG hasn't got any rubbish bit. Basically, this canister cost me 3 AUC credits. Okay? If I drop it on the floor, and after a certain time, I've been charged for littering 500 C credits. But if I go and put it in the bin, I get back 1.5, say, well, 2 AUC credits back, so I'm going to have to look for a bin. So basically, it cost me 3 AUC credits, drop it on the floor, I get charged 500 AUC credits. But if I put it in the bin, okay, I don't get charged, I get back 1.5 AUC credits for recycling. Now, you might think, well, I'm not going to do anything like that. Okay, it's a waste of time. I can't be bothered. But suppose you're in the game when the game still does start. Okay, people will be walking around picking up these credits and put them in the bin. Recycling. Look how much you're going to be making just on recycling. If you've got a rucksack or a paper bag or something like that, you can make a lot of credits depending on the reason. So in the recycling bin, so if you've got, say, put away about 30, right, that's about 1500 AUC credits in there by how long it takes. But I'm looking for a bin at the moment. There's one. Okay, it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it on top. These are role plays I do in the background. Okay. So let's just pretend at the moment this is the on top there. Okay. That's will be a role play for guys to make credit, because don't forget all the role players at the moment go out there doing battleships, dish ships, cargo and whatnot, but there's no internal. You know what I mean? This is what you call slave labor. I'm now back onto eye tracking. As you can see, you got a more depth of feeling of what you're doing. You got more time to think. I haven't got a clue what the quality of this is like until I actually go and do the stream back, because usually I've been doing internal streaming, so I've not been able to do any playbacks. As you can see, there's more depth in the game, there's more animation, it's more smooth and it's more real. Now watch when the train comes, okay, watch how if I stay looking at a moving object, you will see my eyes move with it, okay. As you can see, that one's going out, there's that train coming in. When it worked properly that time, but I think you've got an idea. Now, you'll notice when I'm on the train, I'm going to be looking at still moving objects. And you'll see, sorry, I've got a bit of indigestion. My eyes will move with it as I'm moving. We've got this still object there, them skyscrapers. Moving object. Look how smooth that is. Next moving object. That's eye tracking for you. Now with normal, I'm going to take the eye tracking off. And I'm going to use the mouse. You can't judge it very well, as you can see. Eye tracking back on. As you can see, better fun. This gives less strain, less headache on your body functions. So my work eye, can you see that? It changed unexpected. I didn't expect it, but because I was looking at a certain object, I was able to focus on it. I am working on personal algorithm. See, it's changed again, but because I'm looking at it, it stays focused. I am trying to create a moving object that's not there, and then to keep these animations there going. Now you'll notice something else. Watch how when I'm running around, okay? I won't be bumping into anything. This is the type of gameplay you want to be looking for. Tobii eye tracking is the most leading thing out there at the moment, because they're starting to be incorporated with other hardwares and stuff like that. But if you can see, you ain't gonna get better than this. Okay? I like to share what I've learned. People like to take credit for other people's work. So, second, miss.
I was going to say I prefer with the Tobii 4C watching you on this than the others. No motion sickness. It's all smooth.
Yeah.
I prefer watching you on the Tobii 4C than anything else on joysticks, because the joysticks are a bit rough on the edges.
Yeah.
With you using the Tobii 4C, there's no motion sickness or anything.
Yeah, but that's true but I'm also using a bit more added feature. I'm actually using joysticks too. Okay, when I say joystick, I'm me, I'm running around there now. I'm not using joysticks to run around. I'm actually using foot pedals. But the Virpils is something I'm actually learning, because it's got buttons and buttons and calibrations and calibrations. And if I'd known this in the beginning, I would have actually had these a lot sooner. I actually had to wait 8 months to get these joysticks at nearly £2,000 for the full Monty. And I'm learning, because the ships also have different functionalities. And the only thing I've not got, well, I've got a steering wheel, but I don't think I'm going to be using steering wheel just yet. But it just depends. Anyway, let's get this ship out. As you can see, there's a bit of lag at the moment. I can actually, because my eye can see the lag, and as you can see, I'm actually using normal tracking at the moment. Now, before I do that, I'm just going to walk around here, because as you know, this is all tight, what do they call it? Putting the tobii 4C on now. Oh, tobii 4C's got a new version out, 5 blah blah blah, but I don't know the characteristics. But at the end of the day, this guy is doing nothing. But just let me just run around. You can actually see. I can go in third person's view, and it's going to be the same thing. Now these are what you call very tight objects. But if you look very carefully, I've got full control. Full control, as you can see. I will make mistakes if critics want to look for everybody, but it's not about me making mistakes. It's about understanding what's happening. Okay? Now, okay, here's another one. You see these things here, okay? I'm going to run between these objects, okay, and not bump into them. But that's a different type of animation. I call it slalom. Now, how that's done, I don't look into the object where I'm turning. I will focus myself. If you look down there, okay, you see that red button bar there, I will be looking at that while I'm doing slalom. And if I'm not, as long as I'm looking at that, okay, and I'm running around these objects, you guys don't get motion sickness. But that's something I've learned to develop, okay? I'll do that first, as you can see. Looking at the object. I'm doing it slow to give you an idea. That is what I call the slalom, okay? Now, as everybody else, you've been a bicycle rider. When you first used to learn to ride, you remember you used to look at the front wheel? Well, this is a bit like that. Now, this is what you get like a bike rider. It works, okay, but I got a bit more experience at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, but as you can see, oh, bit of dizziness, motion sickness, as you can see, and it's not smooth, okay? These are things I've learned about the eye tracking, okay? Now I'm going to do the slalom again, okay? Looking at that object, okay? But the problem is, my field of view is not very wide on this, okay? Now I'm going to go into third person's view, and you'll see exactly what's going on, okay? External view. Now, this is something I was talking about looking around, because we've got about 9 degrees movement on this. You see, I'm on this side there. All I'm doing is moving around my object, and I can see around what they call it, external view. External view. That's better. I'm going to look at an object down there, and as you can see, as I'm moving, I'm not touching no joysticks or anything. Now, I've been a content creator. This is important for me for third person's view when I'm doing animation and formation walking. Okay? I'm not sat down properly, so it's a bugger sometimes getting the sweet spot, and it's not. I got to alter things on this. This is the only thing I don't like with the tobii 4C. I've got to alter things. See, it's a bit difficult. I forgot to set this. I'm not actually working on the See, the center view is my butt, and my butt is about 30 centimeters below the center marker. But when the mixed reality head glasses come in, all those problems should stop. It's a bit difficult to do this actually. But anyway, I tell you what, I'm not going to go into this because I forgot to set this up actually. So I'm going to take it off the third person's view, and I'm going to set it back to how it was originally. Looking at the object where I'm going to be running, making sure everything's sorted. Now you see I can run around all day, as you can see. If you like what I've been showing, please do a like and subscribe, because I will be focusing a heck of a lot on Tobii 4C over the next coming months. I might not be doing it in Star Citizens because obviously I've been denied certain aspects, so obviously I'm slightly held back, so I've got to go into other resources to do these kind of things, because obviously that's the way it is at the end of the day. Not any fault of mine, simple misunderstanding. Yeah, I mean, but when people, you know, you got trolls in the game, they're looking for an excuse, not noticing that they're hurting Star Citizens. Yeah, I mean, so I'm doing things like into robotics now and things like that. One thing CIG hasn't got is voice recognition when you're speaking into things. I've been developing my own objects to do them kind of things for interaction. I've been doing this for years in games. As you can see, it's not hard if you understand the basics of programming. Smooth gameplay, as you can see. Not hitting any objects whatsoever, just the contour of your eyes. And to the viewers watching it, you as a third person view and me doing this, there is actually a connection. You actually even get a depth of field. Your brain actually gets time to analyze what's going on before you move on to the next rendering thing. Now, I can't even pronounce that word. Photoepic rendering is not a good thing, and it is. If I'm playing the game there now, it's okay for me, but for the viewers watching it, like I'm a content creator at the end of the day, it should not be on. I can't prove this, but I've watched other people using this, and I have had some serious stress, headaches. I've had to actually take pills because I want to look to the right, but because it's so blurred, my eyes force me back into the center. I was actually going to write off to Tobii 4C and see if they have had anybody write off about these things, and is there any truth in the matter. Not saying because I've noticed it, but like I said that day, when developers are trying to make money, they forget about health and safety. Okay? Just like, as you know, sharp lights can also affect certain people. That also affected me in Star Citizens, where I couldn't do certain things. Basically, when people used to shine lights into my eyes, all I had to do, I couldn't tell them to stop because they thought it was a joke, it was funny. But I'm looking at that person here and there now, he shines his lights in my eyes. Okay, like lights like that. I had to turn away and look away, but the only way I could see what was going on is to go into third person's view, something like this, just to see what was going on without the lights. But they've made changes like that. But if I was to make a complaint, yes, I would have got booted out of CIG. I know CIG is going to not admit it, but I've seen a lot of people had these problems, and I won't say who, and I won't say why, but at the end of the day, we are here to help build the game. But when people don't understand certain things, it's very difficult. And sometimes with my background of explaining things, because I am dyslexic, everything I say comes out wrong. But this is what I have been working on CIG. I've actually had this apparatus for about 3 years. When I came to Star Citizens, I actually thought Star Citizens was actually a working game, but it's not. Okay, but because I've had certain experience in my lifetime of playing games like this, I said to myself, well look, I bought this stuff. It's a waste of money just in the cubby old box, so I thought I'll take it out. But anyway, let's go do a bit of flying. My as you can see, this is 90% working with tobii 4C walking around, because that's where I've been doing all my rendering, all my tuning or tweaking. I'm now going to do a bit of flying. You'll see, you'll get a little bit of eye strain because I've not really spent much time flying, because obviously it's no point trying to do everything at once. Now look at that object there. As you can see, as long as I'm facing on him and he's a moving object, but they're both going to move, I should not have any problem. But as you can see, I'm moving, so I stay focused. Now, as you can see, that is not bad, but it is still pretty bad. Okay, after a long endurance. Come and start moving, mate. And your eyes can't stay still for long periods of time, because remember, your eyes have to dilate because you have to keep moisture, so your eyes in real life have to keep moving, and that is why you get all this. Okay, if your eyes were still, your eyes would dry up, then you'd be using things like Optrex. Okay, I'm not a doctor, it's just things I've observed for me. You will see it in a different light, which I get, but try to understand where I'm coming from, because these will help you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? See, I looked at the guy at focus, it's following him at the end of the day, moving object. So if you're wondering why you've got the judder in your eyes, it's because your eyes has to stay moist. Okay, it can't stay in a still object, because you get tired eyes, egg eyes, all of them kind of things. Your eyeballs have to keep moving. That is how your eyes are developed. But I'm not here to develop another game for somebody else that who's being paid. I was helping them at the end of the day, and I got crucified because of simple little mistakes at the end of the day. I'm not criticizing at the end of the day. I'm just saying that's the way people are. People are human at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm a senior now. I've enjoyed my life. I've got things that I've worked for, and I'm happy sitting back here playing computer games all day. But as you can see, as long as you're moving around, you don't get the eye strain, and you don't get the judder. Well, I'm going to go into my ship now, and you'll see there will be a bit of eyes get strained, because obviously 90% of it is still, but I am working on trying to put some kind of a moving object in the cockpit so my eyes can follow that object as I'm in the cockpit. You see, I've actually got to turn off the eyes, what they call it, because at the end of the day, it's still, my eyes need to keep moving. Okay, just like your eyes there now. If you try to look at the letter S, your eyes will not stay on the letter. You'll always will keep moving, because it's eye irritation. It needs to be kept lubricated. These are the things, when these developers are doing these things, they don't know these things. But when people try to explain it, the ignorance and the sheer factor at the end of the day, they don't get it. So if you like what I'm doing, please put a like and subscribe. We do have a organisation that they call Unity. You can join our Discord. There's lots to learn. We've got well, these are ships that you can see now, and I've got a lot more ships in the background. A lot of theory crafting, which we work with the guys, etc. And they're all here for you to experiment with. I could tell you about the new ships that are coming in, like the new Jeep go-kart. What ship is the best ship to put that in, and why? The Carrack. Put that in there. And another ship to take away the mining stuff on a rover, and you can do cargo. It's going to be the in ship. I won't buy that ship at the end of the day, because I'm into cap ship, but I will buy it in game at the end of the day, or if I've got any spare credits, I will use that. But at the moment, I'm a bit disheartened buying ships in game at the moment, because I spent 44,000 in the game and nobody won't even give me the benefit of the doubt to hear my case. But to me, it's not about money because I've also saved a heck of a lot more in 3 years since I've been playing this game. Right, okay. Let's see what happens here now. I am working on 1080p low resolution at 60 Hz. Now, I think the higher the hertz is the better, but I don't like pushing my PC to them characteristics. But just with the eye tracking, I think it actually needs it. I don't know the technology behind it, okay? So I'm not going to quote. I'm just saying what I experience. Now you can see me there looking at my object. To keep my eyes, I'm going to go put the eye tracking back on and you'll see I'll be following the object. As you can see, that was a bit quick that actually. The colours are popping out, so I'm actually doing a bit too much here. I do usually like to go into third person's view, but I'm on doing a lot of new things here which I'm not quite used to at the moment, so that's why I'm in first person. And I'm trying not to rush here. The guys in my org like to rush me, you see. And I'm actually working at them speeds at the moment. I just like to take my own time. I've just pressed it twice there. I've got to wait. As you can see, there's the eye judder. But there's not the eye judder now. See, the reason why I knew I pressed it twice because it's experience after a while, you see. I have recalibrated my joysticks or my button control because I discovered that CIG had made a problem and I was able to work around it. From here on in, it's all tobii, as you'll see in a minute. I'm slightly off center. Did that set? The walking I'm actually doing foot pedals, okay, not with my hands or keyboard. My hands need to be free to do other things, you see. Now here comes voice activation. I'm going to have trouble remembering things now. External view. Internal view. Activate systems.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Like me giving my co-pilots information. Activate star map. Internal view. Oh, wrong one. Press keyboard, I can't remember. Too much going on. Now I'm going on to the RBI tracking. As you can see, looking to see if the doors are open, but I can see, as you can see. As you can see. Lights on. Speed 5 clicks.
Roger.
Point of interest.
Activating.
Takeoff complete. Aft proximity alert. Forward proximity alert.
Please visit us again. Remember, if you're contemplating a career change, you should contact one of Thurston's resource managers for information about exciting career opportunities.
Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Full speed.
Roger.
Landing gear raised.
Cruise control on.
Toggling cruise control.
Bye bye, Lesky. As you can see, still object. This is irritating to the eyes because there's nothing to focus on of a moving target, as you can see. But you can find, there are algorithms you can do at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But for the eyes to be on a still object is not good. You need to be able to be focused on a moving target to keep your eyes, what they call it. See, as you can do all this, I could give little tips, but I'm not going to. It's not okay. Because I don't think they need my help. Not anymore. Yes, of course they do. But at the end of the day, it might sound like I've been a bit harsh with CIG. It's not CIG that I'm actually upset with. It's just because I'm a citizen that didn't help develop the game, and because certain people that doesn't understand certain things, they spoil it for everybody else. And I don't want to be doing things at the end of the day to help somebody and it goes wrong. You know what I mean? That means spending money all sorts. I know it's not CIG, don't think wrong, it's just I'm not explaining it right at the moment. Point of interest.
Activating.
Cruise control off.
Toggling cruise control.
Point of interest.
Activating.
I like playing space games, and that's why I'm still playing CIG at the moment. Pretty good game, I like it. Okay. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
But there's too many trolls and there's too many critics in the game giving CIG a bad name. And you know when something goes wrong, it's CIG this and it's CIG that. And it's not men, it's understanding. There are a lot of good people in the game at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's just a few of the bad. I can call the names, but it's not for me because I'm not that sort of person. I just speak how I feel at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Point of interest.
Activating.
I could sell my ships and get all my money back, but like I said, that's not the reason why I'm in the game, you know what I mean? Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum drive is now on.
At the moment, my content is slow for advertising things and things like that because of the restrictions I've got, you know what I mean? And because of that, people are not coming to the game or spending money because obviously people want knowledge, people want understanding.
Quantum drive
And there's
is
not
now
very many
off.
content creator in certain fields that do all of that, you see. All my stuff are live and uncut, you see, you know what I mean? Not to wreck the game, but to make it better. Point of interest.
Activating.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Activate star map.
Quantum drive is now on.
These little workarounds I've developed in the game to keep game flowing, but I'm not good at content creating and playing the game at the same time. I've got people in here, but they don't want to have their accounts deleted by Star Citizen in case they said the wrong thing and it's not meant in that context. It's very difficult for me to do all of this. That's another reason I don't stream as much.
Quantum drive is now off.
Especially if you've spent a lot of money in the game. And this hurts this game production at the end of the day. What's all this? Well, luckily I live only around the corner from my office, so I'll put my case forward to them when this coronavirus is over. At the moment, restriction is what's causing all of this, you know what I mean? Full scan.
Scanning for all ships.
Kilometers. Scan enemy.
Scanning for enemy ships.
Speed 2/3.
Roger.
Speed 1/3.
Roger.
Lights on. Lights on. Speed 5 clicks.
Roger.
I've got somebody coming with my tail. Speed 4 clicks.
Roger.
Low landing gear.
Roger.
Lights on. Lights off.
Landing gear
Lights on.
deployed.
Lights off. Lights on. This is something else I'm actually working for my Keybank for hazardous to let people know when I'm coming in that I'm not to be afraid. It's like amber warning. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Lights off. External view. Lights on. Lights off. Lights on. Lights off. External view. Lights on. Lights off. 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 See, there's something I'm actually working on. That's why I'm actually speaking. I'm just actually rehearsing it to see how bad it is. Like I said, lights at the end of the day affects people's eyes. You know what I mean? Open cargo bay doors.
You're still going to go there with somebody else there?
Open cargo bay doors. Open doors. Open cargo bay. Open doors. I've forgotten the commands. Lights on. Open cargo bay. Open doors. Octavia.
Yes, Commander.
Where's the command then? Wrong one. I'm just looking for the command because I've actually put, you see, when I'm multitasking and I'm doing all this yakking, I forget simple things, you see. So I really need somebody who likes to do commentating at the end of the day to make my life a little bit easier. The government is preoccupied doing other types of research at the moment, you see. I'm going to sit down and to find out what it is. Open cargo bay. Open cargo doors.
Opening cargo doors.
Lights on. See, these things that you see I'm there doing, these are what the co-pilot would be doing, things like that. Close cargo bay. Close cargo bay doors. Close doors. That noise is deafening. Close cargo bay doors. It's because, like I said, streaming, doing content creating at the day doesn't work for me because I'm not good at multitasking. The reason why I'm not so bothered here because this is actually a safe zone. I'll give you an idea. Internal view. Oh, nothing's working. Octavia.
Yes, Commander.
Right. Oh, I changed that. I take that back. Have I come to the right place? This is a different one. Make sure my ship's locked. I think I've come to the wrong place. So if you actually like what I'm doing, please put a like button. If you would like to join our Discord where we can all learn together, the link is below. We do stream, we do all sorts. I am actually looking for people that actually want to take part in these activities and whatever, you know what I mean? We've got private rooms so they cannot be victimized or whatever. I am making a lot of changes to my Discord at the end of the day because spending 7 days a week, 18 hours a day is a bit much for me. It nearly made me ill actually, you know what I mean? And there are positions for people there that would like to take on these jobs. We've got logistics. We've got... Oh my word. This is what I mean. When it comes to them doing multitasking, these simple stupid mistakes can cost you a lot of money. Ah, boy. So if you'd like to join our group, our Discord link is below. Okay, we do logistics, we do science and exploration, we do security. You see, I've not got no paperwork in front of me. It's very, very difficult to do things from memory. Science, security, all sorts, you name it. Freelance we do. We also do fleet commanders. There's a heck of a lot. There's lots that we do in the game, and we don't actually. One second. Whatever you like to be in the game, we actually create the role plays for you so you can enjoy that experience. But like I said, at the moment, we've had a couple of people that wanted to come into Argon of Post for their own personal benefits, but at the end of the day, they lost out because they took people thinking it was good, and then when they found out, they couldn't actually come back because we wouldn't let them back into our org, you see. Because we've got people from all ages in there, from 14 of the legal requirements, which CIG won't admit. Because remember, CIGs can be a little bit X-rated. When I say X-rated, I don't mean X-rated as in SCX. I mean X-rated because of language, contents, and whatnot. You know what I mean? But our organisation, we try to cater for all and keep it in a respectable manner. Right? Okay. You get some orgs where there's cursing, abusing, and obscenities. Our org is not like that. Which, if you've ever watched our Unity stream, you'll always see it's always been with respect. If there isn't, I just don't let them on my stream because I am a content creator at the end of the day, and when these people do things and I try to explain blah blah blah, I'm responsible, which is understandable. But anyway, just let me just get me armor on. Didn't I buy food before? And I believe there was a slight bug in the game when it comes to cargo. Because today when I've been buying cargo, there's usually a cool up. That's something else I want to get into. But when I get back to safety, I will go into that discussion, okay? Yes, I can kill myself, but that is not my type of roleplay. You guys like to kill yourself, etc. That's not my type of roleplay. In the real life, I wouldn't want to kill myself. Don't want to do it in the game unless there's a bug in the game.
Like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see any more of Pepper's videos, please subscribe and you'll get a notification when he's streaming again. There are friendly groups if anybody wants to join us on Discord. Link is in the description below. Click on that and come and join us. We welcome anybody, male, female, friendly aliens, anywhere. Pepper said, we do have logistics, we have security, we have freelancers, we have science and exploration, we also have fleet commanders. Each have their own different roles in this game. Fleet commanders are normally, how do I explain it? People who've got a load, more than like so many ships. I can't say it on the air how many because it would give it away. But if you want to find out more about what the jobs entail and what our Discord does, join us.
As you can see, this is tobii eye tracking, easy on the eyes, okay? Head tracking also does the same thing, you can have both of them. I am still trying to work out the characteristics on that at the moment, but like I said, there's only so many hours a day you've got, and to run an org and all these kind of things. I must be just outside the safety zone. I do want to talk about capping of these cargoes on planets, truck stops and etc. And what's my views on these things. I won't actually put things in Spectrum at the moment because I says at the moment the critics in there, if they've not thought about it, they want to destroy it. It has to be them. And at the end of the day, I like to help people if you know where I'm coming from. I'd like to talk about stealth. As you can know, the Carrack is a very strong ship. It's a science and exploration ship. It's got guns, it's got guns, it's got guns. But if you haven't got anybody on there, them guns are useless. So at the end of the day, what this ship's got to its defense is speed. Okay? Speed at the end of the day and stealth and redundancy. Its only weakness at the moment is its power plant because there's no redundancy in that. What I mean is you've got one power plant, so it has to be balanced. So I'm just looking for, yeah, it has to be balanced. I have two repeaters on here, not four. I have four distortion cannons on here, which a lot of people say doesn't work. They bloody well work. You just got to understand how they work. And I've got two neutron cannons on here. Okay? Now the neutron cannons has a hidden secret. These are only size 4 weapons, but it's got the distance. And that is what you want when it comes to long distance. Where they are at them, it doesn't really matter. It does matter to me. Okay? Now when it comes to stealth, you want to get your stealth as low down as possible because it does work, because you can switch off the components if you know what to switch off, when to switch them off. The enemy can't see you, but you can see them. Okay, and if you can keep your components below a certain level, you're going to be laughing because you need to stake out the area to know what you're doing. People ain't committing crimes at the moment, okay, because they don't want to go to prison. Which is understandable, but later on in the game, going to be doing things like pyro, okay? Now you've got no choice All these things you can load. These ships can go as low as a small to medium ship on stealth, but you've got to understand the mechanics and how it works. I'm on test on them things at the moment, and I'm getting a lot of people, it doesn't work, it's stupid. It's because they don't understand the algorithms or where they're coming from, which I understand. If you guys have been affected by the coronavirus, I'm actually sorry to hear that. Always try and keep yourself safe. I could go through a lot of things on that to help keep yourself safe. Me, since the quarantine's been on, I think I've only left my house only twice in the last 3 months, and that is to go do shopping. But I did do a good deed a couple of days ago. My next door neighbour has got a son in uni. No way of getting home because of the regulations, etc. And I took a chance and actually went out there to pick his son up. He was ever so proud to see his son. Yeah, I mean, in these days, kids are like, they don't want to do nothing. But I actually admired him for the hard work he's put in as a one-parent family at the end of the day, looking after his son. I'm the same thing too, actually. But anyway, that's not the point. What's next. Engines on.
Engines offline.
Engines on.
Engines online.
Full speed.
Takeoff complete.
Roger.
Lights off.
Aft proximity alert.
Activate autopilot.
Roger.
Activate star map.
Pepper was saying about the coronavirus. You may be having to be locked down a bit longer because we're possibly going into the second wave in the UK now. So stay safe and keep yourselves and your family even safer. So only go out if you have to. Don't go out willy-nilly.
In different parts of the world, there are different ways of going about it, okay? So this is what we do at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's not as bad as it seems, but at the end of the day, don't be ignorant, okay? Because if you're alive, you're one of the lucky ones. Point of interest.
Activating.
You see, because I've been talking so much, I've forgotten me simple little things. Activate autopilot.
Roger.
Activate cruise control.
Toggling cruise control.
Deactivate cruise control. Cruise control off.
Toggling cruise control.
As you can see, I left the eye tracking on, so I had trouble focusing on certain things. There's a lot of add-ons which I've actually added into this game, but like I said, there's just
Engines overheating.
so much there to take on and fly a ship at the same time. It's very, very difficult. I can't even actually monitor the chat window, which I need to start doing, you know what I mean? But I will be putting software in to do all that, so I'm just going to be like a one-man wrecking crew very soon. I don't actually do editing, because like I said, I like to, when I've done these videos, I like to recap on what I've learned and look for little mistakes again to make my gameplay better. All this I usually do with just straight voice, but like I said, it's very, very difficult. And sometimes when I'm asking other people to give me a hand on this, it seems like I'm asking for too much, you see, you know what I mean? Not looking pity, that's not what I'm saying. But like I said, playing this game, it's a very demanding game. Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Contact draft is now on.
External view. Internal view. So if you'd like to join us and you'd like to do streams, you'd like to play, please click on the link and our Discord link is below. All is welcome, beginners or whatnot. We can even advise you what ships to buy and things like that. Yeah, we've got quite a few experienced guys in there. It's not all just me. Okay? Point of interest.
Activating.
Activate jump drive.
Activating.
Quantum draft is now on.
As you see, now you'll see I'm going to actually wait for this second to reset it. Reason being, if I was to leave my beacon on, I'm actually using power, giving my position away in the real game when it's active. I will actually go into that in more detail later on, but at the moment I've got just so much there I want to tell you. I'm having trouble remembering. Like just now I was saying something about cargo, which when I land I will actually explain that to you.
Quantum drive.
Now I'm going to reset. Okay, as you can see I've reset. Okay, now I can actually fly. Like this is already set. You see that there is me resetting. Now I'm not using no admission and still positioned, but if I was doing something else, that is what I would be doing. It's a bit laggy at Lesky at the moment, as you can see. But as you can see, I've got the tobii on, but because I'm looking at a still object, as you can see, there is a lot of judder. But if I move it from side to side, as you can see, it's not as bad. The lag there is the frames per second as it goes down. But remember, your eyes are not supposed to stay in one place because your eyes get dry. Want to know why I keep doing this? It's just to keep focus on where I'm moving. But if I keep it still, it is difficult. I will be putting something in the game or in my own little programming, like some kind of a sprite that keeps moving. So when I'm looking, although that sprite is moving, because I'm looking at that sprite, it seems like it's still. But like I said, that's because I am an ex-programmer, I did know about all these little algorithms and things like that. I just give the game away, haven't I? But somebody's now going to come and take the credit, which I'm okay with that. But like I said, it's a criticism at the end of the day. But as you can see, to land, I'm creating my own sprite, as you can see. So there's no judgment, but if you keep it still, as you can see, the judge is there. See, if you want to read the instruments, you can't. As you can, now you can read the instruments. Now, how to explain these? People, programmers now who are looking at this can see this now, and they'll say, "Well, I never thought of that," because you don't work together. You want to destroy what other people's got, which isn't right. Okay. See? Wait a minute. I'm losing focus. He said, "I'm not very good at this and that." But as you can see, if you look at that object there, because I'm moving the object, alright, and I'm supposed to land, I got 1.5 million in there, it's easy for you to keep it. So all you want to do is create your own sprite of a moving, obviously, because if you're looking to the left, you're always looking into the middle, okay? And that is how you can sort out a moving object and carry on. Eye still. As you can see, it's disorientating. But create a moving object that is actually moving, because your eyes will focus on that while you're moving. Okay? Easy on the eyes. This is me moving the ship, creating a make-believe sprite. Okay? I could do it with the mouse. Or I can't do it with the mouse. But I think you get the general idea. But let me land this bucket. External view. Internal view. As you can see, the minute I start moving my make-believe, it's less strain in the eyes. And see, actually, you could create something like that on this. I can do it too, but like I said, I don't really want to. I gave up programming many years ago. Turn that off a bit. Just let me just find my landing procedure.
I'm assigning you an open spot.
Speed 1/3.
Roger.
You see, I've lost my bearings from my orientation, you see, so I'm just guessing. I'm not usually this clumsy.
Yeah.
No comment. Speed 1/3.
Roger.
Lights on. Speed 5 clicks.
Roger.
This is why is it every time I do stream, my flying is always shabby. Speed 3 clicks.
Roger.
External view. Ah, that's something else I've got to work out. Tracking in third person. I forgot that's a fifth element actually. So there's actually 5, not 4. Activate landing procedure. What's happened? Oh, that's right. Lower landing gear.
Roger.
Activate landing procedure. See, like I said, multitasking. I'm always saying I can't multitasking, but if I could find somebody that wants to do these things, these videos would come out a lot better. Lights off. Engines off.
Engines offline.
I landing, Bridge Commander Pepper.
I think it was pretty shabby actually. I dented the paintwork.
I didn't see that bit.
Well, if you notice that the landing gear wasn't down, it's not that you see when you have a pilot, you should be focused on piloting. If you're doing this, you should be focused on that, so you can go through the precise procedure. It's like driving a car. You got to be focused on driving the car, not messing with your mobile phone. You know what I mean? It's just the same thing, which I've tried to explain to the guys in the group. You know what I mean? But they just don't get it. It's like it's an Xbox game. It's not. It's a lot more than that, depending on the level that you want to play. And that's another reason why sometimes I don't really have time for these lower end players, because at the end of the day they just don't get it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we've got guys here on the lower end that can do them things, so I can carry on with my serious contents, and they can get the benefits of the things they want, get the credits, etc. Because I can't do Spectrum, I can't do this, because the guys want me to take part with them, and there's only so many hours in a day, and if you don't finish your task, at the end of the day, you're letting somebody down. And that's where tiredness comes in, stress comes in. Remember, the game's a volunteer game. What people on the outside don't really care. They just want what they want at the end of the day, not knowing at the end of the day, to become as good as you are, you have to study the resources, but everybody is on a different level. Care how they speak, what background they come on, at the end of the day. You know what it's like when you want something and the people don't help you, you're getting upset, not understanding at the end of the day. But when you want to help them, you haven't got the time because you've got to go cook the kids' dinner, etc, etc, etc. You know what I mean? You see, I'm there talking to you there now. My concentration was took off the game. I forgot to use the eye tracking. And that is what I'm supposed to be advertising. You know what I mean? And I've got something else I really want to talk about after, and that's the cargo, which I think is very, very important. There's no point me trying to reclaim the ship because it won't let me, so I'll have to pay a fine. So for live content creating at the moment, I am actually very low on this because I'm just trying to do everything at once. You see, can't claim that I'll get a fine on that. Let's get rid of this quick cargo. Back onto eye tracking. Now you'll see it's all eyes from here now. And no bumping into anything. It's very laggy, isn't it? What's that? I need to find out what all that's about. I'm a member of E. Oh, it's a hoax. I forgot which way I was going. This is it.
Or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense. Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors.
Key binding still too sensitive.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching. Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
If you want to know how to get your eye tracking, this kept what they call it, go into your mouse settings, and there's a setting there that does a little bit of delay, what they call it. I will be putting descriptions up on this in the next few days to help with your eye tracking, until CIT actually adds this into their programming. Oh, come on. Like I said, I need to alter the foots. But that's in the Virpil software, that. Oh, wrong thing. Okay. Just let me get a drink of water. And we're going to talk about cargo, etc. Just give me a couple of minutes, please. Everybody.
Need something in the
Please
game
leave your
too,
vehicles
because
in
you're
the area or
12%
it
on
will be
something.
stored.
Yes, liquid.
Please clear hangar for ship storage.
I understand you need it in real life, but you also need it in game, so that might be the priority first.
Please clear hangar for ship storage.
Yeah, it's not actually that. I've just can't really get back into Star Citizens at the moment because the motivation isn't there. But I'm just trying to give them little things that can help them in the creation of the game. You know what I mean? And I really want to talk about the cargo, etc. Okay, which I do think is important. Oh, and also something else to bring in the game about the taxing. That's also something I want to bring in the game. Okay? Now, look on this.
Yeah.
Right.
Releasing flare.
I actually put something in an article in our Discord about taxing. I can't remember what it is, okay? I think I've bring it up. At the moment, CIG has brought where you can actually what's the word? You can exchange credits with players to players. Okay, one of my colleagues actually mentioned it the other day, and they said, oh, they can be taxed, but because I hadn't seen the publications on the notes or etc., I said I couldn't actually explain it in the content. But when I actually seen the graphical design, because I have been in self-employed, running my own business, etc., the implication what Star Citizens have done is actually wrong. They, in the tradings app, they have actually got tax in the game, where I think it's 5%. Okay? But the problem is, they've got it down there as gifted. As we already know, right, if you're in the working environment, okay, by law, whatever you earn, you are taxed. Okay? But if something is giftable, you don't get taxed on things that are giftable. Okay? It's just like me giving you something. Okay? It's a gift. It's not taxable. If I give you a car or give you an object, it's not taxable. The only time that a gift is taxable is when you die and it comes down to inheritance. So if you've got a house, okay, and it's been inherited, and the house is say 400,000 or over a certain amount of money, then it's taxable. Now at the end of the day, if you own that house at the end of the day, you can have the house, but if the house is say 40,000 and it's taxable, you have to find that money to pay that other 5% tax, which is the law. And if you haven't got that money at the end of the day, you have to sell that property. at the end of the day, because yes, inheritance over a certain amount of threshold is taxable, but apart from that, when anything else is to be giftable, that is not taxable by law. But what you buy and what you earn by law is taxable. You can Google that. All over the world, it's the same factor, but in other parts of the world, it's slightly different. And I did want to bring that back up, but because obviously I don't want to go into Spectrum, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of bad people in Spectrum, you know what I mean? And if they don't understand accountancy and things like that, then obviously they won't know. Okay, so I just thought I'd bring it up. I hope the CIG sees this and they'll take note of that, okay? Next, let's talk about cargo. Right. Cargo, at the end of the day, is a very good thing. Nothing wrong with cargo. It's all down to real estate. Right. How can I explain this one? Right. Cargo, just to say at the end of the day, you've got a ship. Alright? A ship has only got so much real estate, okay? Like the Carrack, it's got 450 real estate of cargo. It's capped. You can't store no more on there, okay? Logically, as you can see, cargo space, real estate, 400 cargo. You've got places like Grim Hex, okay? That's a real estate. Why? Because it's a rock, alright? It's got a small real estate. It's the same thing within reason. But you've got planets now, okay? You've got planets at the end of the day. Planet is a big real estate, okay? It should need to be capped, okay? The only time it's capped if it's inside a building, okay? So obviously you can't put 15-acre stuff inside of a building because it's capped. But obviously if you've got overflow etc., you put things on the outside of containers outside, and it's all fenced at the end of the day, extending your real estate. And over that, it goes outside the what they call it. Then obviously you've got extras. Now, what that will say for extra gameplay at the end of the day, you know there's a lot of stealing in the game, blah 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 and whatnot. Okay, you get somebody out there says, oh, if you go to that factory, they store all their cargo outside, blah blah. It's easy to steal. They can go steal it. Okay, but at the end of the day, you're not going to build so much and have it still. So people who's got these things where mining's not mining, where the pine is concerned, and these land plants, building plants, they're going to only create so much. Anything goes over, people come and take it. If someone comes and steal it, okay, they have to sell it. They can't go second class of stolen property, or they can be tracked down and they can go to prison or whatnot. It is down to individual or etc. So Planet has a very big real estate. It all depends on where it's stored. But you've got these kind. I missed out. Truck stops at the end of the day. It's a small real estate because it's all contained within a certain area, obviously, as you already well know. But Planet is a massive real estate. It should be capped. It all depends on how fast it can be regenerated at the end of the day. If you regenerate so much, there's loss of production, it gets stolen, it gets burnt or whatnot, or somebody comes and half inches it at the end of the day. And things like that. I think I've tried to explain it in the best possible way that the CIG can get all these in fact. I'm not doing too much streaming at the moment, and I won't go and put my notes in CIG stuff, because at the end of the day, like I said, there's a lot of critics in there, and they're not there to help Star citizens. They're there for their own benefits. Now, like I said, these planets have got big real estate. Yes, you've got town centres, you've got small real estate, you've got small containers, but things like okay, then Daymar, okay, in a resorted area. Massive real estate, okay? You got the Pioneer building up their things, massive real estate. You know what I mean? It's not needed that day, and it can be so. It gives added role play, gives people things to do with the brain. Now, also another thing I've noticed what CIG's done, okay? Grim Hex, okay? Now, at the end of the day, Grim Hex has made some massive hangar decks, okay, that can store 890 jumps and things like that. Now, yes, okay, everybody's complaining. They want these big ships that can go there and do these things. Yeah, it's a good idea, but you've not left anything for people to explore their brain and their intelligence. And what I mean is this: you've got a carrot, you've got an 890 jump. We all know you can't land that ship there, okay? So you're going to engineer a way to get into Grim Hex. One, everyone knows you can EVA, but these ships have got pocket carriers, all right? So because they've got pocket carriers now, they can take these little ships out of these little drones out and go and put these things in those on Grim Hex. But the problem is you've got things like 890 jumps coming in there now with big 500 cargo units. It's only got a small real estate. What is the purpose of going there if you can't do your cargo? Now I'm going to die in a second, but it's not the point. At the end of the day, it's defeating. The people need to have a brain to acknowledge it. CIG can't just create the formalities and do it, because it makes the board game boring. It's not making it easy, it's exercising, because people are on different levels of different intelligence, okay? Beginners think on a different level, high people think on a different level, but at the end of the day, with the experience of you playing this game, you get better at it because of the intelligence, and if you can see where I'm coming from. So these things at the end of the day, CIG needs to be looked at. If I was in Spectrum, I would have put my notes in at the end of the day, but I don't know who are the critics for, who are the normal people, etc. 1 second. I actually went to the kitchen to make a drink actually, and I came out with a cigarette. Just let me just get these, what they call it. I best take the advice at the end of the day. I really want to put these in Spectrum, but like I said, there's not very many nice people in there. You know what I mean? It spoils the game for everybody else. I'm getting dizzy on this now. What do I need to do? F. Carry. Wait for a while. Drink. I don't want to be fined 500 credits. Come on, CIG, where are all these bloody bins?
There isn't any.
Oh, I've got to take off the eye tracking. Okay. All they want now is a garbage collector, somebody who hasn't got any credits. Just give me a sec. I came out to get a glass of water. So what was I talking about? I said I'm not very good at multitasking, trying to play the game and remember everything. It's impossible. Don't know how the human brain does it, but mine can't. Right. What was you talking about? Does anybody remember, or was it everybody do their own thing?
Health. One
Sorry?
stage.
Sorry?
Health. Health.
Health. In what context?
Health.
Sorry, in what context?
Health.
I'm not.
Health.
No, stealth was hours ago. I wasn't talking about stealth. We was talking about. It doesn't really matter. I can go back on my stream and have a look. That's what I mean. I can go back on my stream and have a look. It was something to do with cargo. I think I've covered all aspects on that. There was this. Has Yoza come back?
No.
Oh, hi Yoza, how you doing, mate? Oh, I'm on stream, by the way. Okay, I found my confidence. Hey?
Don't tell anybody I'm here then.
No, I'm not telling nobody that you're there. Okay, you have to go back in hiding. Little miss, get the brig out there and get the key open. Okay, the Polaris is coming out next year. Okay.
Yeah.
End of next year. They've got the Jabby to work on first. Ah, that's what I wanted to mention. Javelin. I've got a question. Brilliant, brilliant ship. I love it to bits. CIG, sorry. Brilliant ship. Okay. I'm glad you've actually done something with the guns and you've made it into a proper destroyer. Okay. But we all know the ship's got no legs. So we can't land on planets. Not a problem with that. It's got 6,000 cargo units. Alright? No problem with that. You can't store utilities on there. Okay? Because you can't get the utilities. Yeah, yes, you've got the SRVs, etc. You need drones, okay? Because remember, you can't always be at dry dock. If you're in deep space, you're gonna have problems. You need drones. Okay? Don't know how many. But when it comes to things like that, moving things from the bottom deck to the top deck, etc., because certain things can't fit through certain hatches. I've been looking very carefully for these drones on the ships, and I've not had no read up. I don't mean drones like what the Carrier got and things like that. I mean things for moving things around in space, etc. You know what I mean? Because 6,000 cargo units, yeah, someone said they might be reducing it, like blah blah blah, this and blah, but if it's got something missing like legs to land on the planet for whatever reason, something needs to be able to be moved on and off, because the real estate again, right, that it's got isn't enough. Because don't forget, you've got docking collars on the top and you might have a docking collar on the bottom, and if you've got things like the 600i, how are you going to get these things on there? Okay, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, look into that. Like I said, I've not got access to the Ibakati stuff to put the things in there at the day. And at the day, I don't really want to put these stuff in Spectrum, because at the day, like I said, mistakes people make and they misunderstand. And I'm learning just like you all the time. Everybody doesn't know how to get from Ethiopia to Russia. I get the 99 bus and it's taking me down to China. You know what I mean? That is my funny English of explaining things. It's like an example, okay? So look into that before the game's finished and see if it has got drones. Can you put it in the literature somewhere so I can do a bit more theory crafting and adding things into the game? We already know it's a combat ship, okay? But I won't be using that ship for combat, okay? That makes me deadly. But give me an idea, because a lot of people's going to be buying these ships, and as you already well know, there's a lot of people coming into the game that are not combat, they're civilian, and they will buy these if they understand the formalities of the game. Where's my cigarettes? I keep picking up what I've done it again. I went in there to get my drink, and I came out with a cigarette and I'm making another cigarette, and I've lost my water. There it is. Anyway, this is a short video. I usually like to do long videos, but I'm not very talkative, and I do love to talk, okay? But I am going into robotics, unless I can get my stimulation or my confidence back in Star Citizens, okay? Spot the dog, 75,000 for that. Brilliant piece of machinery, but I can't justify the price. If I can afford it, I can afford it not. But think about it, if you've got one of those things, will you let that on the street walking by itself? No, because something's going to half inch it. And that's what I mean. I know it's supposed to be industrial and whatnot, but I see things in a different way, you see, because I've got a very creative, imaginative mind, you see, and I like to build and create things. Let's have this glass of water. Yeah, yeah, okay, Yos, I get it. You can't choke as good as I can.
Oh, boy.
I actually thought you were choking then, properly.
No, I was
Scared the hell out of me.
You've been wishful thinking.
I was impersonating Yosa, making it sound real. I'm pretty good at that. Oh God. So I think I've covered all short things on that. Oh, you guys have got the Carrack, all right. We won't talk about stealth. You've got this new ship coming out, okay? And I've been doing a bit of research before the ship's out. I can't remember it's a mining ship, okay? You've got the Carrack, alright? You've just added another roleplay to the Carrack. Why? This little mining ship you've got, you need to get to the planet. You need to go to certain places where you can mine these minerals. These little things can't find these from such a long distance. The Carrack has got scanning facilities. So, put one of these little mining vehicles on there. Your Carrack has now got scanning capabilities. I mean mining capabilities. But let's go one step further. I heard somebody in CIG or in one of them talkback videos that you can actually put these mining stuff in your backpack. But let's go one step further. What happens when your backpack's full? You can actually put these things in a vehicle like the G12 when it comes out, or the Cyclone, and put it in there. The Cyclone then takes it back to the Carrack at the end of the day. So while the person's doing the mining in his mining thing, he's now driving back to the Carrack to put the stuff in there, drives back to the cave where the mining guys are. The mining guys put the stuff into the Cyclone, and the Cyclone goes back to the Carrack, and buys it. Now you think about how much money you're going to be making on that. Okay? You don't need 60 backpacks, or I want just a couple. These are what you call content creating things. I mean, I've been wanting to do things, but I'm just waiting for resource at the end of the day. Now, these things at the end of the day is going to take weeks. So what will you need for the Carrack to fulfill this task? You need a Carrack, obviously. Okay? Carrack's got scanners on there. Alright? From that, you will need this mining vehicle when it comes out. Well, you'll need that. You'll need a Grey Cat G12, something small. And then you've got your rover. You know you're going to travel with your rover. You have to have your rover on there at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Them 3 tools at the end of the day will automatically double. 1 second. Noise. This will double the roleplay and enhance the roleplay of the Carrack. Remember, the Carrack's a little bit dry when it comes to content, okay? Now, that is good. Now, if you can't afford a Carrack at the end of the day, what's the next best alternative? The Mercury Star Runner. Okay, think about it. It won't have all them facilities, but it's going to be pretty close. Can it be done in a Cutlass Red? Yeah. But obviously it's going to have to be engineered because there's a couple of things in there that you need to understand. But remember, the Cutlass Red is a doctor's ship or a medical ship. It's not really for that purpose, but it's got a scanner on it. When the ship comes out, I'll be testing all these ships that's got scanners to see what it can and what the versatility is. I've got all the ships at the end of the day, but everything's going to be months late, and I don't want to be sat down there after the fact testing all these when I can be doing my own role play at the end of the day. Before, when I was in Ibakati, I could do all these tests and all these functionalities, but like I said, mistakes happen at the end of the day, and I've been denied at the end of the day these kind of things. So I'm just giving you guys ideas what fits sits. Okay, it was my role play, but I'm looking at other things there to do at the end of the day, because as you know, when you're testing these things, when the patch comes live, you actually want to get back into your role play and carry on. But to me, that's about 3 weeks worth of testing in the PU patches and stuff like that, which I'm not going to be doing. and that's the only reason why I've not been playing the game so much. But I do like playing the game 18 hours a day, 17 hours a week. But at the moment, just sitting down there to do all these for what benefits? I am going to try and apply back for CIG, back to get my Ibakati status. You know what I mean? But I don't think texting is a good thing for me because I'm not really good about what they call it. I will go down to the CIG office and try to explain to them again what went wrong and see will they give me back my what they call it. But we've got a couple of trolls in there at the end of the day, and because the officials haven't got the time to sit and read my literature and make sense because of my what they call it, it's not being able to be explained properly. And there's people that want to speak on my behalf, but because there's so many negative people out there, they don't want to lose their Ibakati status, which I understand, okay? But I'm different. I would help people. That is me at the end of the day, because money doesn't mean nothing to me. In a manner of speaking, don't mean he can come and take it from me, because no, you can't. That's not what I mean. But what I'm saying at the end of the day, and I'll keep going back to Ibakati still because I like being Ibakati. Spent 3 years doing that, every hour doing it. I enjoyed every minute of it. But because of certain things out of my control, which I've not been aware of, tried to explain, it wasn't to be. But like I said, I do believe I've got a pretty good case, but it's finding the right people to explain it to. But like I said, I'm going to be going down to the head office, which is only around the corner from me, but I've got to wait until the corona's over. By that time I'm going down there, I'm talking about this. Who the hell are you? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? They don't know who I am and they'll have forgotten. I've been had some good advice from a lot of people in my org, outside my org, in the Star Cities community at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And they say, yes, it's a little bit harsh. They can see it's a genuine mistake. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's getting to the right people without stepping on people's toes. I don't have to. I can move on and do something else, what I'm good at. But I'm retired now. This is my retirement life. This is what I want to do. I want to play the game. But I'm being suppressed to take my experience and my knowledge to another level to help you guys at the end of the day. So I would just want to move on. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by going into robotics and things like this. It's in the same field at the end of the day. Money is not the problem. I spend money because I like to create things. I like to do things. I like to share what I've learned with other people. I never ask for a price back because that isn't me. You know what I mean? Basically, blah blah blah. Anyway, I think I've covered enough anyway, and my throat's dry and I want to play the game, but I don't really want to do it on stream. So anyway, I hope this guys helps. If you are interested, click on the link below, join our Discord. We all like to sit down there and talk, etc. and whatnot. The guys that want to help you. My videos are long at the end of the day because I'm not like the other guys that want to do 5-minute video because I'm not there for that. I am there to revise the work that I've done, okay, and to learn from the experience and help other people at the end of the day. And I don't delete the videos. It's not there for whatever you want to call it. It's there to help people. Anyway, guys, if you want to say anything, I don't know if anybody said anything on the chat box, but I will be setting that up because I've been doing some research on that and how I can get these things up, because all I've been looking for the last half an hour is a big 65-inch screen, and I don't know if I had any texts back or any comments or anything like that. And before we used to start, I used to have somebody there that used to read all the chats and reply back, but that person's left there now, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit difficult. It's just all rant, rant, rant. But anyway, folks, I hope you like what I've been doing, and I appreciate their sitting there and listening to me.
Just a reminder, if you'd like to see any more Pepper's videos, click on the subscribe button and you'll get a notification when he's streaming next. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up.
And it's bye from me, it's bye from Little Miss and Yozo.
Bye, guys.